Hi, third graders. Let's check our language arts for using I and me on page 328 and 329. So let's review the rules from the box. Use the pronouns I and me to write about yourself. Always write the pronoun I with a capital letter. Use I in the subject of a sentence. Remember, that's the who or what the sentence is about. So in this sentence, it says, I went to school. So who went to school? I went to school. So that's how you would know when to use I. Now, if it's in the predicate part or the doing part, you're going to use me because it's going to come after the action verb and after words such as the word for, in, into, to, with, by, and at. So here's an example. The teacher saw me. What did the teacher do? She or he saw. So instead of saying I, you're going to use me because it comes after the verb, the action part. When you write about other people as well as yourself, you name yourself last. To help you decide whether to use I or me in a sentence, try to use a sentence without the other noun. So in this sentence, they say the teacher helps Dan and me. So if you're not sure if you're supposed to use me or I, take out Dan. The teacher helps, and you're just left with me. The teacher helps me. Does that make sense? Yes. Maybe you had written the teacher helps Dan and I. So let's see if that would make sense if we took out Dan. The teacher helps I. Does that make sense? No. So that helps you figure out when to use I or me. Okay, let's look at our practice 1 through 5. Tell which pronoun to use in each sentence. The teacher smiles at Dan and we talked about that up there. If you're not sure if it's I or me, take out the teacher smiles at I or the teacher smiles at me. And me makes more sense. So I just want to see the word me for number 1. Number 2, Dan and I want to make friends because the verb is want, so I comes before the verb, so it's not going to be me, it's going to be I. So that was number 2. Let's go back to number 1. I or me like the new school. So our action verb is like, so we're going to use I because I would come before like. I like the new school. Okay, number 2 was Dan and I want to make friends because it's before the verb. Number 3, one student welcomes Dan and, well, here's the action verb, welcomes, so it's going to be me, Dan and me. Number 4, you and I or you and me walk into the gym. Here's the action verb, walk. So it comes before the verb, so it's going to be I. You and I walk into the gym. Number 5, the coach smiles at, well, what did the coach do? They smiled, so it's coming after the verb, so it's going to be me. The coach smiles at me. Okay, let's look at numbers 6 through 15. Number 6 says, actually the directions say write the sentences. So this time you need to write the sentences, and when you write it, just pick the correct pronoun that's in the parentheses. Number 6, you and blank play soccer. Well, here's your action word, so the word before it, or the pronoun before it needs to be I. You and I play soccer. Number 7, Dan kicks the ball to me because the action verb is kicks and me would come after the verb. 8, Dan and I help win the game because help is the action verb and I comes before help. Number 9, I feel so happy. Feel is your action verb. I comes before it. So it's I. The team thanks you and me because the action word is thanks. So me comes after the action. 11, Dan and I speak to the coach. The action is speak, and I would come before the action verb. 12. The students and I become friends. So I comes before the action word. The team makes me the captain because makes is the action verb. 14. Dan goes home with you and me because goes is the action verb, so me comes after. 15. My family asks Dan and me about school because asks is the action and me would come after the action. All right, boys and girls, good job checking your work. Make sure your name, the date, and the page number are at the top right-hand corner of your paper, and put them in your red reading folder so I can collect it from you before June 4th. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you next time.